Welcome back. You're still tuned in to News and Views with myself, Salailo Makwidiri, and we're quickly approaching the back end of the show. But before doing that, we'll be shining a light on a unique act of solidarity and activism taking place here in South Africa. Women across Durban have taken to their bicycles and their hashtag Women's Ride of Return. A right for justice, showing support for the people of Gaza. The event is not just about raising awareness, it's a statement of unity, it's a statement of resilience and resistance against the ongoing oppression and genocide subjected to the people of Palestine by the apartheid state of Israel. And to tell us more about the ride, its goals and the women behind it, we're pleased to be joined by Najeebah Kareem. She's a member of the coordinating team for hashtag Women's Ride of Return, and she'll be giving us a bit more insight on what that campaign is all about, and most importantly, how you can get involved. Najeebah, assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us. Welcome to News and Views.
Walaikum
Really
salam. Thank
appreciate
you for
you giving
having
us
me.
your time. The pleasure is all ours. The pleasure is all ours. I think if we can kickstart the conversation with you, just giving us a bit of background and just maybe explain briefly to our listeners the purpose and vision behind the hashtag Women's Ride of Return campaign and what it's all about.
Okay, so right off the bat, I think the Women's Right of Return brings to mind the Great March of Return, of course, the incredible act of Palestinian resistance that took place in 2018. Now, this act of activism didn't exist in a vacuum. It's actually the marriage of two inspirations. On one hand, it is Women's Month, so we want to commemorate the power and the resilience of women, not just in our South African history, but also the incredible resilience of Palestinian women. And we would like to stand or ride or walk in solidarity with them. And the other aspect of this inspiration is the Gaza Sunbirds, which is a Palestinian paracycling team. And they have actually started the global Great Ride of Return movement. And this is a campaign that features countries all over the world that do monthly rides of solidarity and awareness in conjunction with the Gaza Sunbirds and their code, their goal, and their objectives.
I think it's very, very important that you highlight the fact that this is done with inspiration, obviously, of Women's Month. I think a very, very important month here in South Africa. How important is it to have women, young women specifically, being in the front lines, leading Palestinian solidarity here in the country and abroad?
I think it's absolutely imperative. I mean, historically, women have been the leaders in acts of resilience all over the world. We have heroes in South Africa itself, not only in Palestine. And we have heroes not only in our history, but activists at present. People at the forefront of every march that I've been to in Durban were always women. It was always women shouting the loudest. It was always women shouting the most passionately. I think as an inspiration to younger women, we need to be the most vocal, the loudest. We need to be the most active and most passionate in our circles. And we really are leaders. Children are being raised under our wing, and to raise activists in future, we ourselves have to be activists as well. So I think it is absolutely 100% important for women to be in the front lines.
Before we move on, I want to touch on something which is I don't think we talk about enough. The fact that it's been we're approaching 2 years since October the 7th, and there's been, at least from the people that I interact and talk to, even online, a lot of people feeling quite dejected, feeling, tired, feeling like, going out to campaigns like yours and protesting and going out to the streets isn't really making much of a difference. People are feeling defeated. They feel like the genocide has only become worse, and the energies are not as they used to be. What message do you have to people who feel, what difference will it make? We've been protesting, we've been shouting top of our lungs, free Palestine, but we see the siege on the people of Palestine only getting worse.
I completely understand the sentiment because, to be honest, I have felt like this myself on multiple occasions. I've questioned my own velocity and momentum, and I've questioned my own purpose, if you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, we have to remember, regardless of how tired we are, regardless of how exhausted and frustrated we are, Palestinians are 1,000 times more frustrated and exhausted and dejected, and they still have the strength and resilience to get up every day, to wake up every morning and to go search for food, to put their lives in danger to go search for food and water. And if they have so much resilience, what right do we have to fear exhaustion? What right do we have to say that we don't have the energy anymore? What right do we have to feel hopeless? Now, as much as I know it's difficult and it's painful to keep going, now is the time to be even more vehement in our support, even more vocal, even more resistant. Unfortunately, yes, it will be a very long journey. I mean, it's already been over 76 years. It's going to take a long time. And maybe shouting today, free Palestine, might not free Palestine this afternoon. It might not free Palestine tomorrow. But we owe it to every previous generation, to every current martyr, and to every future Palestinian generation to keep trying our best and not to stop, not to give up. And already we're seeing a slight change in tide. We're seeing people who were previously silent or neutral or even pro-Israeli suddenly starting to question their own morals and their own values. We're seeing news agencies who were previously completely silent on the matter suddenly starting to weave Gaza into their narratives. We're seeing a shift in public opinion against Israel for the first time in decades. So, as much as it's difficult, I think that what we're doing is having an effect. And as tiring as it is, we have a duty and a responsibility not to stop.
Mm, mm, And I think that's the most important aspect that you're mentioning. Before I let you go, for our listeners that are at home at the moment who want to show support, who want to be part of this campaign, maybe some of them can't actually ride. What ways can they get involved, and how can they participate or make an impact, for this campaign to be a success? And also looking ahead, do you see hashtag Women's Right of Return becoming maybe an annual event or something that might inspire similar movements in other cities across the country?
Okay, so I just want to quickly start by giving you the details of the event
Yeah.
quickly so that people know exactly how to support us. This event will be taking place on Sunday, the 24th of August, and the meeting point will be opposite Ushaka Beach on the promenade outside Ocean Ventures Bicycle Hire, right? We'll be meeting at 9:45 and our ride will begin at 10:30. Those who cannot ride or prefer not to ride a bicycle are absolutely welcome to take a slow stroll or a walk or even jog alongside us. There are also go-karts available for hire for those who cannot ride. We encourage you to bring your own bicycles, but of course, bicycle hire is available. And for those who would prefer not to walk and not to go kart and not to ride, it will probably be a hot day. In all likelihood, it is Durban after all. You're also welcome to join us for a bring and share picnic that we will have afterwards at 12 o'clock. So when we return from our ride, we will have a bring and share, but I must emphasize that whatever snacks and drinks and meals that you bring for the bring and share has to be absolutely 100% BDS compliant. We will not be accepting and condoning any boycotted items at the picnic. So as you can see, there are several ways to join and support us, so there's absolutely no excuse. Women are welcome, children are welcome, and of course, if you would like to bring your male significant others, they're welcome as well. And as for your next question as to whether this could be a recurrent action, I think so. Depending on how Sunday goes, I have faith that we'll have a great turnout. And I think that this is the kind of action that would be a bit more sustainable. To go back to what you were asking before about people losing steam, people losing momentum, I think more creative, more unique forms of protest and solidarity would be the way to go, would be a way to reignite people's passion. So yes, I fully believe that we might be able to make this a regular movement.
Well, there you have it, Najeebah. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope everyone, that's in Durban will definitely participate in this campaign. I think it's a really, really wonderful concept. And yeah, we hope to chat to you again once, you report back to us about how wonderful it has been and how many people came out. Hopefully you shut down Durban and it becomes one of the biggest protests we've ever seen.
Inshallah.
There you go. That was Najeebah Kareem from the hashtag Women's Right of Return, a campaign that is, I think, very, very impactful and one that's very, very important because it has women leading in the front lines. And yeah, it makes sense. It's Women's Month. So yeah, be sure to participate, be a part of it if you are in that area of Durban, and make sure that your voices are heard. Scream free Palestine. As you heard from Najiba there, it might not free Palestine today, it might not free Palestine tomorrow or in the next year, but it's a shifting of narratives that matters. It's getting people that wouldn't be engaged in the conversation more involved in conscientizing other people. But ultimately, Palestine will be free. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, News and Views continues.